Well, this is gonna have to just be. All right, so let's see how this setup gonna be tonight. Different. Can't see nothing. Let's see who's going to be here tonight with me. Good afternoon, good evening, good day. Welcome to the Diamond and Pearl Lifestyle Channel. It's your girl Diamond. How y'all doing this evening? Come on in, please. Ring the bell when you're coming in. Just let me know who's here so I can welcome you properly to the channel, and get myself ready for you tonight. Tonight is, I think, about the 4th session of Believing Bigger, and it's been a minute. Whew, today's been a rough day, but thank God we're here, and I pray that everything is all right with you all. I'm trying out some different equipment, so y'all pray for me if I do what I'm doing right. If not, what the hell? I'm gonna do what I can. But I wanted to touch base for certain key points tonight. We are going to be in chapter 5, so let's say hello first. Good evening, good day, hello. I know y'all see my tripod in the midst, but hey, that's until I figure it out. That's what we're gonna work with. How y'all doing? Welcome. Hi, Sergio. Hi, Kim. I hope everyone else that comes in will say hello. Get something to drink. Have your notebooks, have your journals, have your book, your devotional, whatever you need. But tonight we are going to be specifically talking about, first of all, let me introduce the book to you. This is Marshawn Evans Daniels' Believe Bigger, and we have been going through and reading and using the Audible and devotional. Let me show you the devotional. This is in my house. This is the devotional, 100 Days Believing Bigger. We're also going through this as well. But just for tonight we are just going to be addressing some key points that I wanted to bring up and talk about, because this book is very interesting, and I would love that we get some edification from it, because I'm learning about myself, I'm learning about my thoughts, key things even from growing up, things that I struggled with and never paid attention to because I didn't know there were triggers. I didn't know there were things that affected me now in my adult stage. And it's important to identify in order to rectify certain situations in our life. And I love how Michonne kind of breaks stuff down. This is only her thoughts and my views, just reading and just breaking it down the way I got the interpretation from it. So with that being said, I hope you guys are ready for tonight's session. And I'm going to set the timer now. If I can find the timer. Jesus, touch me, Lord. Okay, go. Timer has been set. And we in the money. We'll make sure that we are not disturbed by anybody. Hopefully. Because I don't want you guys to be lost tonight. All right, ready off the bat. We are going to be in chapter 5 tonight. Identifying your rule makers. In this chapter, I noticed that Michonne breaks down certain key points, and right off the bat, the first question, three questions she asks is, who are you, who you are supposed to be, where you fit in, and what it takes to survive and thrive. The rules in this book, as she depicts, are made up of do's and don'ts, which we consciously and subconsciously learn and live by, that allow us to fit in, to please others, and to protect ourselves from failure, rejection, or ridicule. Over time, these rules become beliefs, expectation, and core values that guide us. The rules we live by determine our core values and beliefs and ultimately influence all of our decisions and relationships. She also states, don't get it wrong, a disciplined system for living your life is incredibly important. We all need to have a barometer for what's right and wrong, for what to do and what not to do. The problem is the many rules we learn are not all good, true, or from God. When I read that segment or that section, I really started to think about all the things I've learned as a child and all the traditional sayings and things that my parents and my friends experienced. And I realized that sometimes it's the lack of education, it's the lack of experience. A person can only teach you what they know. Mind it, again, this is my views, this is my experience, this is my thoughts. I am not a licensed counselor or a teacher. I have life experiences, but I can only tell you my story. But for example, I would love for you to put in the comments anything or any sayings that you heard when you were growing up. Which parents said a lot of things to scare you. Fear was the number one rule to raise a child. Let's be real. They told you if you stood up and kissed a boy, you couldn't get pregnant. I don't know who said that, but that was what I heard. Or you drink a Pepsi and two Fenzics, what they call in Jamaica, like pain pills, you wouldn't get pregnant. That was another one too. And don't hold hands because you might get pregnant. It was just fear. A lot of stuff they said to you, it wasn't in a book. It wasn't in a rule book. Don't go outside after a certain time, and by the lights turn on the street lights, you better be home. Or even in the book, Michonne says her mom or the Texas people told her that they couldn't wear open toe shoes and they couldn't shave their legs because something, but they ain't tell them if you shave your legs, your hair grow back faster or quicker or more. It was just, to me, it was just a lot of things that they weren't sure of. So instilling rules and restrictions, they had to put the fear of God in you. I recall when I was growing up in the church, every weekend I got saved, or every convention. Let's be real, I'm going to be so honest. Every camp meeting I got saved. We run to the altar because we done watched the movie Hell, Burning Hell. They done scared us to getting saved or accepting the Lord in our lives because you didn't want to go to hell. They depicted hell, which it is bad, but they scared us into salvation. Let's be real, right? To me, that was just a process, a system, a scare tactic to get you not to do certain things or to do certain things. And it's also a form of control. People manipulate in relationships to control the other person. They downplay or they put down people that they don't want you to be associated with. So instead they, hey Michelle, they say, oh, that person don't like you, or that person don't want to be around you, or that whatever negative, put in thoughts in your head to think differently about the other person, so you don't even think of considering in having an entanglement with that person because they have portrayed it so badly that you start second guess your own self. It's a tactic. So here's rule number 1. The first one in this chapter was affirmation. I'm just going to read a little parts that I highlighted. If we experience or see something that gets rewarded, we want to experience more of those rewards. So we tend to do stuff that gets us smiles, hand claps, positive attention, and praise. For her, that was getting good grades that became a must-do that got most people off her back. What were some affirmation generating must-dos for you? Well, number 1 for me, make sure in the house of my family, you had to wash the dishes before mommy came home. If she came home and saw dishes in the sink, I'm going to tell you right now, they're going to be in the bed with you if you sleep. I know my mom did it before. She take all the dishes and put them in the bed when we were sleeping. And everybody had to. It's not even, if whoever it was assigned to, that person is null and void. Everybody got to do it. You know, it takes a village to raise a child. Well, my mom woke up the whole village. And it's funny, even if she knew that the sink was dripping because we just finished washing dishes before she came upstairs, it was done because we didn't want to deal with the repercussions. Or if you cleaned the house or you dusted or you moved the furniture, well, don't move the furniture because mommy couldn't find it, but you did something good, you gonna make sure that she knows who did it. So you would leave a nice note, Mom, I just warmed up the food for you before you got upstairs because I know you're gonna be hungry when you get home. Love, Diamond. At that time it's Love, my government, but I don't want to talk about that. So I'm gonna put my name on it because I'm going to accept the responsibility of getting all the accolades I could from my mother or my father or dad. I just heated up some stuff for Rover, which was the dog. He loved the dog a lot. And you don't got to do it tonight. I'll go with you to go deliver the papers. So you're going to do all the praises you can to get the attention. Good grades. Yes, that was number 1. You better come home with good grades. Number 1 reason I felt was because my mom and dad had a certain level of education. Like I asked my daddy what day it was one time, and well, let's not talk about that one because I don't remember much after that. He was mad. What am I sending you to school for? You supposed to know what date it is. The real truth is that he ain't know what the date was. That's what it is. He didn't know what the date was, and instead of letting me know that, he turned it and flipped it back on me to make sure that I better know what the date is tomorrow and don't ever ask him again because he already went to school. He ain't going back to school while I'm going to school. That was that. Okay, rule number 2, consequences. Here we go. If we see that something gets punished or criticized, we tend to actively avoid the situation in the future. So if I know that my brothers and sisters did something and they got a beating, or we all getting a beating, I'm gonna make sure I don't do that no more. Well, I was the baby, so that wasn't the truth because I did a lot of stuff and they got beatings for it. I heard I ran out in the street one time and the gate was supposed to be closed, but I got caught up in it and ran through the gate and almost got ran over by a car. Well, my sister dragged me up, that's not important. Let's neither here nor there. The point is you need to know there's a consequences to repercussions of your actions. We tend to stay away from things we think we will be too hard, too controversial, too isolating, and too painful or even unfamiliar. These are also the things people actively and inadvertently steer us away from. We're taught to avoid risk and to play it safe. And here, safe means acceptable and predictable. Same, right? We become risk managers or opposed to risk engagers. This is where we're told that what not to dream and what's not a worthy path. But paths never explored could well be connected to your true gifts and higher purpose. The question is, how did the threat of consequences, including fear of failure or rejection, shape your rules? So in other words, whatever restrictions you had, how did it make you become who you are? Like for example, my mother always told me if we ever go to jail, don't call her. I remember I was dating my kid's father, and well, he was indulging in activity that was not legal, and I told him, I'm not hanging with you no more. You're gonna have to make a decision, because if the police stop me, I'd rather go to jail. Don't call my mama. Don't call my family, and that's it. Don't call my mama. Call my brother, sister, or something, because if my mama coming down to the jailhouse, I didn't even like it when the teacher called my mama from school, because I know I was going to get a beating. Even if it was a good reason I was going to get a beating, that was just a fear. I didn't even want to tell her when I got a certificate, because if your mama come to the school, oh, Jesus, and they over come to the school dressed, they come in a house coat, slippers, rollers. I mean, so the fear of embarrassment was the fear factor number one. And they always had one button on their house dress. I don't know. They wear the first, they wear the worst house dress, because they want you to know, don't you ever call me again, because this is the only time I get to sleep, because they work night shift or they work day shift or whatever. Don't let them have to leave work. That was a problem. So that was what fear of failure, rejection, or beatings shaped my life, my rules. So in other words, get good grades. Fear of disappointing or getting beat down. Yeah, there it is right there, right? If you are here, please hit that thumbs up. I hope that you are enjoying just a little chit chat we having right now. We are in chapter 5, identifying your rule makers. These are things that you have experienced that have formed you into the person who you are now. Number 3, a rule maker, repetition. If we experience or see something over and over, we tend to adapt the behavior or belief until it becomes a habit, which what we call routine. This is why our school teachers make us memorize certain words and force us to add 2 plus 2 so many times. At some point, eventually, it's going to equal 4. Whatever way they're going to have to make it in the islands. They, if I see a number now, I twitch. I'm gonna be honest, cause I always got it wrong. So I'm gonna get a 2 plus 3 is, 2 plus 2 is, and the reason why I keep saying because my mother was hitting me, or my sister was hitting me, and by that time I didn't even care what it added up to, cause hell, you keep beating me. It keep seem like I'm doing multiplication, cause 2 plus 2 is 3. 2 plus 2 is 6. 2 plus 2. I don't even want to know what 2 plus 2 is. Hey, Denise. I ain't want to know. I didn't understand how you going to apply math to life. Can somebody tell me what that had to do with it? What did 3 times 3 have to do with paying the, well, at that time, I guess it would help to know the math when you're paying bills. But growing up, I ain't see the relevance, not relevance, relevance. Y'all tell me. We had to write it out. What we spelled wrong every week on our spelling test. See, that's another thing. What I need so much words for? What we need a spelling bee for? Why? And the words that they had in the spelling bee wasn't even normal words. It was onomatopoeia, encyclopedia. It was big, long, ugly words. It wasn't like cat, dog. Those are things we see every day. Why we ain't spell that? No, we gonna spell aphrodisiac. I still can't spell that now. Anybody want to tell me? Yes, Sergio. If I ever got smacked and didn't know why, eventually after I got smacked, I'm gonna know why. Got hit for some for the, oh God. Well, that's because they remembered. Normally when your parents was disciplining you, they even remember why. Until the teacher called. Or the neighbor said, well, you know, I saw Diamond hanging out with them kids down the street. And really? Thank you. She was hanging with them boys again. This was last week, but mommy worked all week, so she didn't get the information until last night. Now I'm getting the beating for last week. Too much. Repetition. If you don't mind, I'm trying to do an ASMR, eating some peanuts. That's what I feel for. Let's see. The things we don't even think about doing, but still do, significantly shape our personality and our way of living. What? Really, Sergio? That's abuse. I know, honey, but there was no rules back then. There was no rules. I'm gonna just tell you, there was no rules until now. So we can't even, there's a statute of limitation. So we can't even, I don't know who came up with that, but I don't know why we couldn't sue them for all the beatings they gave us. Well, that was then. Now, yeah, hit a child now, see what happens. Yes, true. From 6 months ago, you don't remember anymore. Yeah. Now I'm just, they beat you like how you got to pay for cable in the future. They beating you just in case you act up. I'm just saying. On reciting scriptures, okay. Things like listening to the same teachers or mentors because we always have. Or reciting scriptures on cue without really thinking about the meaning or listening for fresh revelation beyond what we've been told. How we consistently react to people or circumstances, routines in our lives become rule makers. Every Saturday, you know you got to get up and clean and dust. Now, every Saturday in my former, previous life, I got to do it because I keep hearing my parents. Whatever was in the hand, you get beaten for. Yeah. We adhere to them and even fight for them. Then give our lives predictability. They give our lives predictability. What are the things you do simply because they're what you've always done? Somebody put in the comments. What is a routine that you developed from growing up that you do always now? I just told y'all, cleaning on Saturday morning. Playing gospel music on Sunday. Cooking rice and peas on Sunday. It's a habit. It's tradition. Maybe it's not even tradition. It's just something I saw growing up and I just did it because that's what my mama did too. So put in the comments, y'all. What are some things you do that have become habit? I want y'all interaction tonight. Hand washing my undies. Island stuff. Yes, man. Every time you take a bath, you're supposed to wash your underwear. That's real talk right there, Michelle. You really telling the truth, because that's what I do too. And then I even rewash it again when we do the laundry. Sorry. I do. What else, y'all? Put in the comments. What is something you do by habit or routine that you've been used to doing? Cooking a large Sunday dinner. Yep. To the point where you can't even cook for two no more, or for one. My mom always said, cook for passerbyers. What they passing by my house for? Why they leaving their house to come by my house? I'm cooking for people just in case they don't. I used to. Now I can't. Don't walk in the house with shoes on at all. That's another one. Right there. Instantly, all the shoes pile up at my door. Another one. Don't go in nobody's house and open their refrigerator or touch their food on their stove. I'm going to bust you in your apparatus. I'm just telling you right now. Come in my house and touch my pot. I don't know where your hands been. Anybody else? Don't come in my house and sit on my bed. But that's why we have... Mama didn't put no chairs in the room because she didn't want nobody in the room anyway. Come on, y'all. Give me some more. Those are routines. Those are habits that we've developed. Hey, Atia. And it has become routine to the point where it's a tradition in our head. Don't put your hat on my bed. Don't touch the walls. Jesus, wait a minute. You couldn't do nothing. Walk in the house like you don't got no limbs. Wash your hands. My God. Hey, Myrene. Don't put your head on my bed. What that mean, Denise? What did that mean? Did you even find out? First of all, we couldn't ask questions then. We just had to do it. But anybody know what that mean? Oh, don't put your pocketbook on the floor. Because you're going to be broke. My pocketbook be on the floor. You don't know. Okay. What the pocketbook on the floor mean? You're going to be broke. What about, I saw this one. I think you, Michelle, do it. Putting $100 bill in your wallet. You put $100 wallet, $100 in my wallet? I'ma spend it. What the? Okay, I'ma spend it though. Let me be honest. Don't. How many ladies on here or men? Child, how's you going on? I'm sorry. Put $100 in my wallet and let me know. No washing on January 1st. I remember that. And I was terrified because I'm like, I cannot, and we ain't had no laundry detergent. And I was like, oh my God, we so bad, we gonna have bad luck because we ain't wash our clothes. Hell, what we gonna do? The check didn't come until the 2nd. See? These are things that have tortured us. Woman walking your house first up. Wait a minute, what? Jen, what'd you say? Welcome, Jen. This your first time on the live? Welcome. I'm just saying. To determine the rule markers in your life, let's reflect on a few questions. Y'all ready? What makes you feel important in terms of affirmation? What makes you feel important? Accepted, loved, validated, smart, necessary. What are the things you've pursued in such search of praise? What makes you feel important? when it comes to affirmation? What do you look for when a person says something to affirm? Really? Let no woman walk in your house furries on the New Year's. Jen, I would love for you to elaborate on that. You got on you go out on Saturday night. You better be up for church Sunday. That's right, Myrene. You're welcome, Jen. But I just want you to explain that a little bit more. So what do you look for when you're getting, you want accolades from another person? You want to, like for men, some men would love that their partner tell them how good of a husband they are. Or some men would like for their wives or their girlfriends to buy them stuff. They look for it, or they do things to get the same treatment in return. Interesting. In terms of consequences, what haven't you done, tried, or pursued because of perceived negative and unwanted consequences? What are the things you've learned not to do? What rules or norms are you most afraid of breaking or disobeying? Because it comes right back to the thing called scare tactics. And who are you most afraid of disappointing, going against, or even offending, and why? That's a lot of questions, Rashawn. That's a lot. You're asking me a lot right now. And first of all, I ain't gonna lie. Let's be real. I was scared of my mama more than God. Cause I ain't understand. Don't get me wrong. I respect God. God, no offense. I'm just telling the truth. But the wrath of my mama was enough for me. Am I the only one who was scared of their mama more than anything in the world? A man who had to walk into my mom's home in Jennifer before a woman could visit or she considered bad luck. Oh, wow. Jesus wept. Wow. You can imagine y'all on December 31st, around 12:01. Don't bring no woman. I can see y'all now. If she hit the steps and try to ring the doorbell, whoop her. Knock her out before she even hit the doorbell. Wow. But as I said, put in the comments, y'all, who are you most scared of? If you put God, I understand. My dad put the fear of God in me. See? My daddy would shoot first and ask questions. Then again, he wouldn't even ask no questions. He would just shoot first. God rest his soul. I heard that before, Jen. See? Come on, y'all. Put in the comments. Who y'all scared of? Or when you was growing up, who was you scared of first? My dad. All right. My mom, my dad. That's tough. Are you most afraid of disappointing? Same thing. Because the consequences from mom or dad. Like, I was a daddy's girl, to be honest. Because me and him spent the most time together. Mommy was always working. But I could talk to my dad. With my mom, I think she's most ignorant. Present day God, I believe that. But mom was more ignorant. She ain't even tried to understand the situation. But mom, I remember my mom told me, well, this after I got pregnant with my first son. Well, she slapped me in my mouth. Almost lost my teeth because she said that her mama slapped her. And one of her children's going to get the same slap back and knock out some of their teeth. But by the time it came to me, my teeth was pretty good. So she was mad that when she slapped me, my teeth didn't fly out because she didn't get that satisfaction. I was the last of 10. Just saying. So I kind of cut that what's that called? Hereditariness. Yeah, you ain't just gonna slap me and bust my teeth out. So I tried to avoid her hand. She was shorter than me, so that's neither here nor there. Let's just stick to the thing. I was scared of her. And disappointing was my dad. I did not want to disappoint my dad. It would hurt me really bad.